A lot of the drama was about you and your dad and the conflicts.
Our show had drama?
A little bit. Just a little bit.
Few can dispute the immense talent and expertise of the individuals behind American Chopper in the realm of steel modification. Yet, if there's one word that encapsulates the essence of the show, it undeniably is drama. While disputes and heated discussions are par for the course in the Teutul family, the most notorious incident to emerge from the show was the infamous clash between Paul Sr. and Paul Jr. This altercation culminated in a legal battle, Paul Jr.'s departure from his father's body shop, a global uproar, and the birth of a viral meme. Fortunately, those tumultuous times are now a distant memory, and life has taken a different turn for everyone involved. Particularly Paul Jr. So, what has become of him? What is he up to nowadays? If curiosity has led you here, you're in the right place. We not only bring you updates on the younger Paul's life, but also delve into his post-American Chopper endeavors, both in business and personal realms. While Paul Jr.'s appearances on television are well known, his early life and the journey that led him to become the person we recognize today are less familiar than his career and controversies. Born in 1974 as Paul Michael Teutul, he was the first son of Paul Teutul Sr. and his first wife Paula. Paul Jr. embarked on the path of learning and mastering the art of steel construction at the tender age of 12. The motivation behind this choice remains elusive, but it seemed a natural progression, considering his father's ownership of Orange County Ironworks at the time. Working for his father provided Paul Jr. with opportunities to enhance not only his fabrication skills, but also to specialize in designing various artifacts until he found his niche in motorcycles and choppers. His television debut occurred in 2002 with the premiere of American Chopper on the Discovery Channel. During its 7-year run and 6 seasons, the series showcased some of Orange County Chopper's most iconic creations, such as the Black Widow, the Comanche, and the iRobot bike. Paul Jr. actively participated in designing and building these motorcycles, in addition to others that didn't make it to the show. After his exit from the series in 2009 and the subsequent cancellation of American Chopper in January 2010, it appeared that Paul Jr.'s return to television would be delayed due to the off-camera legal battle with his father. Surprisingly, in April of the same year, TLC announced the return of the Teutuls to the screen through the series Senior vs. Junior, the first ever spin-off of American Chopper. The show depicted the happenings at Orange County Choppers following Paul Jr.'s departure and served as a platform to promote his newly founded venture, Paul Jr. Designs. Despite a change in the network and 4 seasons on air, the show was canceled in 2012, and it seemed that the strained relationship between Paul Jr. and Paul Sr. had not improved. While we've mentioned Paul Jr.'s reconciliation with his father, there are other noteworthy aspects of his personal life. In 2015, he and his wife, Rachael, welcomed their first son, Hudson Stephen. Although we're unsure if the little one shares his father's passion for the profession, Paul Jr. delights in showcasing his antics through pictures and videos on his Instagram account. Beyond that, keeping tabs on Paul Jr.'s life is made easy through his social media presence and business website. In 2020, he made a triumphant return to TV with the 2-hour special episode, The Last Ride. This marked the first time in years that he collaborated with his father, Paul Sr., to build a new chopper for a major company. Additionally, it was a historic moment as the staff of Paul Jr. Designs teamed up with Orange County Choppers, offering the perfect opportunity to bury the hatchet and dissolve any lingering animosity between father and son. While the special episode undoubtedly brought joy to the longtime fans of the show for evident reasons, the reality is that it's been a considerable amount of time since the cancellation of the American Chopper revival series in 2019, and there hasn't been any indication of its potential return thus far. Despite the lack of any sign of revival, if the show were to make a comeback, fans would likely be thrilled to witness the Teutuls on TV again, even if it means a departure from the family drama. For those who have followed the journey of the Orange County Choppers team from the beginning, it's not easy to forget the tumultuous experiences the family went through. At one point, it appeared that there was no way to mend the seemingly irreparably broken bonds within the family. Fortunately, through considerable effort, the Teutul's managed to mend their relationship or, at the very least, make it more sustainable over the years, putting their long-standing feud behind them in favor of peace. The positive outcomes were evident when father and son appeared together in the revival of American Chopper back in 2018. Beyond the now-distant drama between father and son, Paul Jr.'s professional life seems to be flourishing more than ever. His business, Paul Jr. Designs, not only thrives with regular commissions from chopper enthusiasts, but also actively participates in nationwide exhibitions and automotive events. In 2021, Paul Jr.'s business achieved a significant milestone by collaborating with the German bicycle manufacturer Ruff Cycles to create the PJD electric bicycle, an e-bike collection that stood out from anything the two companies had previously produced, showcasing Paul Jr.'s creativity in a different light. Now established as an innovative bike designer, there's little doubt that his business will continue to prosper for years to come, reaffirming that talent and resilience can overcome difficulties. American Chopper made a comeback in 2013, premiering a special episode in late 2014. However, Paul Jr. did not make an appearance in either of these shows, and his fans had to wait until 2018 for his return, when the original series was revived for the second time. During this revival, the show focused on both Orange County Choppers and Paul Jr. Designs, representing the improved relationship between father and son. Unfortunately, after the conclusion of the show's second season, there were no announcements about its potential renewal, indicating the cancellation of the series for the third time. By mid-2020, the special episode, The Last Ride, premiered on Discovery, but since then, there hasn't been any update about the Teutul's return to the small screen. For those who were fans of American Chopper during the famous fight between Paul Jr. and Sr., the reasons behind the situation might be well remembered. However, for those who missed the scandal or are simply curious, let us recount what transpired. The Teutul's used to collaborate at Orange County Choppers, where despite their remarkable creations and expertise, arguments were more than commonplace. Typically, these discussions remained verbal and were eventually forgotten. However, in 2009, a severe disagreement erupted between Paul Jr. and Sr. over Jr.'s perceived habit of arriving late to work. What initially seemed like a routine quarrel quickly escalated, with both men engaged in heated arguments. Jr., fueled by rage, even threw a couple of chairs, leading to his subsequent firing by Sr. As anticipated, the scandal that unfolded following the episode's airing was significant. However, the most challenging moments were yet to come. Despite numerous attempts by father and son to mend their relationship, Jr. eventually resumed his position in the shop. Unfortunately, the unbearable tension resurfaced, leading him to quit once again. This second departure not only resulted in the show's subsequent cancellation, but also triggered a strenuous legal battle. The question may arise as to why a seemingly ordinary family feud led the Teutul's to court. It's crucial to note that the situation was far from simple. To begin with, Paul Jr. wasn't merely an employee at Orange County Choppers. He co-founded the business and owned 20% of its shares. Following his termination, his father sought to purchase these shares. Given the strained relationship between father and son at the time, Sr. opted for legal proceedings rather than persuading his son to willingly sell his stake. The manner in which Paul Sr. acquired his son's share in the company might not sit well with everyone. His initial notice of default seemed designed to compel his son into the sale. Unsurprisingly, Jr. resisted the request and filed a countersuit, accusing his father of corporate waste, essentially alleging fraud. After protracted legal battles with no apparent resolution, Paul Jr. lost the legal dispute in 2011 and was compelled to sell his share in Orange County Choppers to his father. The exact amount Jr. received from the sale remains unclear, but it evidently provided him with the means to establish his own business, Interestingly, the lawsuit did not seem to have legal repercussions for the show or its network. Nonetheless, it wouldn't be surprising if the last episodes of American Chopper, before its initial cancellation, boasted high audience ratings. Contrary to popular belief, Paul Jr. did not immediately return to the chopper building business after departing Orange County. Although he founded Paul Jr. Designs in 2009, initially, the firm focused on producing affordable steel camp stoves. The reason behind this unexpected business direction is quite apparent. As Paul Jr. explained to the Vancouver Sun at the time, taking control of his life and creating something from scratch proved challenging, especially after years of working under his father's guidance. However, he expressed no regrets about choosing a different path, considering it a necessary step. 20 years of working with your father. It was just time, he shared with the Canadian Journal. While Paul's decision to manufacture stoves aligns with his background as a steel builder and his contractual restrictions after leaving Orange County, it's evident that his contract prohibited him from engaging in the bike business for a year after termination. Once this restriction lifted in April 2010, Paul was finally able to transform the business into a motorcycle body shop, and since then, it has enjoyed continuous success. The eventual reconciliation of the Teutul's might come as a surprise to some, but it was a lengthy process of forgiveness and moving forward for both father and son. In 2017, Paul Jr. chronicled his life in the self-biography The Build, sharing his experiences at Orange County Choppers, the subsequent challenges leading to his downfall, and the triumphant journey to success as an independent businessman. The narrative took a powerful turn when he likened his father to a monster, expressing gratitude for his termination as the catalyst that propelled him toward positive change. Shortly thereafter, Paul Sr. disclosed an eye-opening conversation with Jr., seemingly marking the final step toward reconciling their differences. Recognizing that their primary issue was work-related, both men have since refrained from collaborating in the same shop, although joint projects remain a possibility. Nonetheless, their current amicable relationship suggests a positive resolution to a drama-filled story, if indeed it has reached its conclusion. In the realm of finances, Paul Teutul Jr. has achieved substantial success through his motorcycle business and reality TV popularity, accumulating a net worth of $2 million, according to Celebrity Net Worth. In contrast, Jr.'s family has faced financial challenges. In 2020, his father Paul Teutul Sr. and brother Michael Teutul were sued for over $258,000 by photographer Scott Gunnels for allegedly using his art on Orange County Choppers merchandise on the show, as reported by Page 6. The family lost the lawsuit, with Orange County Choppers, Discovery Incorporated, and the Pilgrim Media Group also implicated, although notably, Paul Jr. remained unaffected. This lawsuit represents the latest in a series of financial setbacks for Jr.'s family. In 2018, Paul Sr. faced a fraud lawsuit from a former business partner, accusing him of sabotaging a TV project that incurred significant losses, as reported by Page 6. He filed for Chapter 13 bankruptcy that same year, leading to the foreclosure of his home, per the blast. Additionally, he reportedly owes upwards of $23,000 in state taxes for his restaurant Orange County Choppers Cafe and had to liquidate several personal vehicles to meet financial obligations, according to the blast. Meanwhile, Jr. enjoys financial stability with a Discovery spinoff, his independent shop, and an absence of personal financial drama. Paul Teutul Jr. shared insights into his path to financial success in his 2017 memoir, The Build, Designing My Life of Choppers, Family, and Faith. Reflecting on his teenage years, he spoke of working on weekends and during breaks, sacrificing the typical summer fun enjoyed by friends. Accustomed to hard work from a young age, he maintained a disciplined approach after high school, resisting the temptation of credit cards until his 30s. His philosophy was simple. If he couldn't afford something, he didn't buy it. Observing friends accumulate substantial credit card debt without tangible gains left him perplexed. Paul also delved into the correlation between money and the tumultuous relationship with his father, elucidating, money and success were not the reasons we couldn't get along. This dynamic persisted even during the pinnacle of American Chopper, as he observed. Then, during the show's heyday, money was no longer an issue, but the same level of unhappiness existed between us. I honestly believe that started with my father because most of our fights resulted from my father pushing me until I exploded. Undoubtedly, fame comes with its set of advantages and drawbacks, particularly in the financial realm. The good part about fame is you gain some financial freedom, become a role model, and have the ability to have a positive impact on people around the world, explained Paul Teutul Jr. in a November 2009 interview with Biker Swag. However, as Paul candidly shared, the downside is that you lose your privacy and anonymity. Despite Paul's challenges with privacy, it appears he relishes the prosperity that fame has bestowed upon him,